was good at math in school, and so I thought, well, you could be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and the engineering appealed to me. In terms of my career choice, I think civil was a very good one. It provides you, there's an awful lot of civil engineers that lead companies and lead projects. My future partner, Jim Patrick, invited me to come over to Dominion Bridge.
He actually was working for Dominion Bridge at the time. Milt was very, very helpful. He sure knew his steel, I'll tell you that. He still does.
He agreed to come over to work with myself and Art Fennell somewhere around 1980 or so.
And I was hired by Trevor Cochran. My first job was the SGI tower, and that was the above grade part.
I think one of the first projects that we worked together on was the SGI head office tower, a 20-story steel structure, unusual to use steel at the time.
We did that building rather, with limit states design before there was a design book. We calculated everything by hand, and it was a challenge. I refer to Jim Patrick again. He was my future partner. We compared notes. There was design information, if wasn't readily available in those days. It required a lot of thinking and talking, and we supported one another during the process.
One of the projects that Milt was instrumental in the design of were the twin towers for McCallum Hill. Cast in place, concrete towers again.
The structural design of Tower 1 was challenging. I was a prime consultant, joint prime consultant on Tower 2. That project team was probably one of the most effective and pleasing projects that I've ever worked on.
He worked on the Crown Life building, which is now Canada Life, I believe. And Milt was the project manager, and Milt was very, very involved in that, in putting the teams together, in handling the project, in seeing it from the start right through, to the completion. And I think it's pretty representative of the types of projects that he's been involved with over the years. Certainly very noticeable projects, very high profile.
It's fair to say that Milt was involved with helping to shape the skyline of Regina.
And Trevor Cochran and I decided that I would go on my own.
Understandably, he had a yen to have his own company. And
I started with an idea of having a pure project management company. And it became fairly obvious that some of my skills in project management would be better serve the project if we also did some of the consulting. Our first construction project was a 21-unit apartment building. That was the start of looking at perhaps we can build things. I was in an interview once where somebody said to me, you can probably get through almost anything using street smarts and common sense.
He enjoys project management the most, and he's very good at that. And I think what makes him tick is, taking a project from start to finish.
I spent a number of years in engineering, working very hard to provide a high quality, high level service, and do the very best I could. It took a lot of years working very hard in that area until I became more adept in business.
the thing Milt and I always agreed upon was a sense of urgency. He serves his clients very well, and he's not afraid to make a decision. You cannot teach a personality. Being able to empathize with his clients, to ask the right questions, to understand firstly the objective, and then worry about how it's going to get done.
And he often speaks to, delivering our projects with innovation, passion, and a superior customer experience, and those things are all linked. If you're innovative, if you can find new ways to deliver your project more efficiently, you can spend more time providing a better customer experience.
He's left a legacy of very happy clients and very good work.
Business is not learned quickly. It was a long, long time. At Cochrane, my mentoring from Trevor was probably in the business aspects of engineering.
I know for a fact that he is very, very attuned to the business of engineering as well as the technology of engineering.
I think differentiates Milt from a lot of other engineers is Milt's a good engineer and he's a great businessman.
Challenge with an engineering profession is we're often taught to become recommenders, not managers or entrepreneurs.
He said, you know, I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a big pond. And I've always thought about that, you know, and so that kind of, I think, summarizes Milt.
This is not a guy that would ever be satisfied being average, whether it's at business, if it's at design, if it's at having fun, like it's at golf. He wants to be better at everything he does, and that drives him forward. He's just driven to always be better than he was yesterday.
I got involved with coaching hockey, and I coached for 12 years. And through the process, I learned a lot about leadership.
Walker Projects only came about because he needed something to follow Walker Hockey. His career has been heavily dedicated to community service, and Walker Hockey was a full-time pursuit.
Milt has always been involved with sports, hockey being one of his loves. And he was quite involved and took many courses in coaching. He was a good coach, and I think it served him well in dealing with his staff as well.
My biggest thrills in business come from the development of the people. And I see people that would come out of school with very, very little money or funds, develop into young professionals, and to see the development of those people over that period of time is one of the most rewarding experiences.
Milt really is driven by a desire to lead and mentor and develop people. He genuinely enjoys that part of his job more than anything else. The act of being better, the act of excelling, I think is what really interests him, and he likes developing that ability in other people. First things I noticed is the speed that he moves at. He is always thinking, he's always acting, he's always doing. I've never seen Milt Walker still in my life, and it's impressive because he's always about 3 steps ahead of everyone else in the room.
But he was also more than an engineer. He had a personality. When Milt was in the room, you always knew he was there. There's not many business partners that you can go to a Grey Cup with and kind of forget all about business and just have a good time and never be offside.
He had the business acumen and he had the experience with previous firms to know exactly where to start, to know the niche market, to have contacts with the right clients, to have, just generally be in the right set of circumstances to build his firm from scratch. And I think his contribution will be that he's built up a firm, he's fostered younger engineers.
His legacy is innovation in project delivery. He really was the first to move into the project managed systems for project delivery.
Milt has been a successful engineer and businessman. He's been interested in expanding his business in Saskatchewan as opposed to taking one specialty and expanding it somewhere else. He's a leader. He's always been a leader.
Milt, I want to congratulate you on receiving this award. I think it's well deserved. It's been a blast, the first 25 years working together, and hopefully we got a few more left in us. So I just want to wish you all the best and continued success.
Milt, as an old friend of yours and a colleague, I wish you all the very best, not just now, but certainly for your career. And congratulations on this award. Good luck in all your future endeavors, and it was very nice to have been asked to be part of this program.
Milt, I'd like to say congratulations on this award. You deserve it. You've earned it. You've contributed a lot to our profession, to our company, and to me, and I'm very happy to see such a deserving individual get this kind of recognition. So, congratulations.
Well, Milt, as you've always done a great job of teaching others and mentoring young folks, and in so doing built a great career and a tremendous business. So, congratulations on being extremely successful on both counts. We look forward to many more years of great productivity and innovation.
Milt, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being my partner and my friend. ACES has chosen well this year. You very, very much deserve this. You've done a lot for Saskatchewan. It's nice that you're being recognized. Stay well and continue doing the good work you're doing.